motherfucker would drink during the day. Unless there's like a European soccer game on.
Yeah, I mean, this dude, with all this trouble looming in the back, he's just out there in the middle of town drinking, in the middle of the day, making threats. Okay.
So, a bunch of them go to the tavern. A handful of them walk in. They see McElroy just sitting there at the tavern. Him and his wife, girlfriend, rape victim, Trina. He doesn't pay him any mind. Mind you, he still has his shotgun with him. Mm-hmm. And they're just staring at him. So finally, McElroy gets up. He purchased a 6-pack of beer. After the bar starts getting filled up. He finishes drinks. He purchases a 6-pack of beer. Leaves the bar and enters his pickup truck. Everyone that's in the bar follows him out. So there's a crowd about, some people say it's 60, some people say it's 39 to 46 people that just surround his pickup truck.
Okay.
So he gets in his car. Trina gets in the truck. They won't get in the truck. And then someone shot at McElroy while he was sitting in his truck. He was shot several times and hit twice. Once by a center fire rifle and once by a 22 rimfire rifle. In all, there was 46 witnesses to the shooting, including Trina McElroy, who was in the truck with her husband when he was shot. No one called for the ambulance. Only Trina claimed to identify the gunman. Every other witness was unable to name an assailant or claimed not been the one who seen the fatal shot.
I see.
So he gets in the truck.
So, wait, multiple people shot this guy at the same time?
They're saying what the rumor is sharing that 3 people shot at this guy.
Okay.
Because it was 2 rifles. They cut 2 rifle casings and 2 different rifle at the scene. But it was 46 people supposedly standing outside. Could have been more. Could be a couple less. Mm-hmm. But all of them said, I didn't see anything. Did you see something, Bill? No, I didn't see anything. Hey, Paul! What? Did you see something? I didn't see shit, man. Nick, you see anything? I was staring at my watch. Ogul, you see something? He's blind. He's blind.
Nope.
I didn't see a goddamn thing.
So I assumed were there any cops in this group of 46 people?
No, the cops weren't there. The sheriff got in his car and he was just whistling down the highway like. Sheriff, there's been a shooting in town. Really?
Yeah, I mean, it almost makes it seem like he left town because he knew something was about to happen.
Pretty much, that's a conspiracy theory that people think was like, hey, we're going to get this motherfucker. And the sheriff was like, I cannot be a part of this, and I have to strongly suggest, as an officer of the law, that you not commit this shit.
Yeah, right. But I'm leaving, right?
I got a sandwich in the oven.
Yeah, I got this other thing in the next town over.
Yeah, so I'm going to go get
I'm going to do that other thing in the next town over.
He's like, I'm just going to go. Here's the gloves. Yeah.
How long does it take to kill someone and get rid of them? I'll be back in about 6 hours.
Yeah. I'm going to the next county and masturbate. I'll see you later.
Jeez. Okay, so I mean, everything was set up for this guy to.
Pretty much, at that meeting, I think what had happened, everyone was sick of it. They couldn't figure out what the hell to do. They all felt scared. They were like, we're sick of this shit. We're like, if the law's not going to protect us, we got to protect us.
Right. Right.
So they went across, and they found out that son of a bitch was across the street, and they were like, "Fuck this shit. Let's deal with this now."
The cops can't protect them. The law can't protect them.
Yeah. Courts can't protect them. Nothing.
Nothing. Got it. Yeah.
So.
I mean, when you're left with no other option.
Yeah.
You know, vigilante justice. Obviously, it's immoral.
Yeah.
But
sometimes it's necessary.
What do you do? Anyways, go on. I don't want to get too far ahead. So he was shot.
Yeah, he was shot. He was killed.
He died right there.
He died right there. And again, no one said a damn word.
And no one called the ambulance.
No one called the ambulance. Trina had his wife. They got her out of the pickup truck, put her behind another car across the street. She's hysterical. She runs to go call ambulance and call the police. Ambulance finally comes, pronounce him dead on the scene. Cops are like, you want to see what happened? Nope. No, I didn't hear a damn thing. Oh my God, there's a guy dead here. What the fuck? How did this happen? He must have killed himself. All right, sprinkle some crack on him. Let's get the fuck out of here.
I mean, what do you do when no one is talking? When no one is talking?
No. There's nothing really you can do. If you're an officer or a detective, there's nothing you can do.
I mean, obviously they have to try to solve the crime in their own way, but this is what, 1981?
Yeah.
You know, did they try to solve it?
They tried to solve it, but literally no one was talking, and they couldn't find the murder weapons. And the only person who claimed to see something was Trina, and she named who she saw. Which, this is the only name that keeps coming up when in terms of possible suspects of who committed this, is the name Dale Clement, who was the owner of the D&G Tavern.
Oh, okay.
And he supposedly owned a 22. People described him as being kind of dark and a little depressed and shit. And supposedly he was angry at the fact that McElroy kept coming to his bar, scaring everyone off.
That's literally what I was going to say.
Yeah.
If the guy's intent is to get rid of this guy because he's hurting business.
Yeah, because he's frequently at the bar. That's like the only bar in town. And this guy's scaring off everybody that they don't want to come there. Even when he's not there, people are scared like he's going to walk in the door. So supposedly he was like, one of the people were just like, fuck it, let's get rid of this guy.
I mean, he sounds like a reasonable suspect.
Yeah.
Just because of his alibi.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he was at the bar. I don't know if he was at the meeting. He might have been at the meeting. But if he wasn't, people were like, this motherfucker right here.
I mean, right. It clearly...
Like, we'll deal with it. Yeah.
Clearly, the entire town benefited from this guy, you know, getting put down. But, like, the bar owner, sure, it's his livelihood. And if he's scaring away customers... I guess my question is, though, like, if people are getting scared away from the bar, what's the alternative? It's the only bar in town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll take my business elsewhere. Where?
I'll just sit in this field and...
Kids, Dad's going to Des Moines.
I'm heading to St. Louis. All right, bring me back a snow cone.
So the bar owner is the suspect.
The bar owner is the only name that comes up. And now there would be another shooter, but no one's talking, so they don't know who the hell it was.
So his wife Trina, you said, she's the one that identified him.
She was the only. Yeah, she was the only one that identified him, saying it was Dale Clement. And supposed rumors run around like, yeah, it was him.
But you said there were multiple guns involved.
There were multiple guns. No one else is saying anything that was there. Is saying who the other gunmen were, or only two gunmen were. No one's saying a damn word. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So McElroy ended up being buried in St. Joseph, Missouri in 1984. Trina McElroy filed a $5 million wrongful death lawsuit against the town of Skidmore, the county of Nottoway, Sheriff Danny Estes, Steve Peters, who was the mayor of Skidmore at the time, and Dale Clement. The case was settled out of court by all parties for a sum of $17,600, with no one admitting guilt, for the stated reason of avoiding costly legal fees should the suit proceed. And before she filed the lawsuit, there was media coverage up the wazoo.
I was gonna say, how did the story not get bigger?
It was bigger. It was huge.
Okay.
60 Minutes was there. Rolling Stone was there. International newspapers from Germany, England, Japan, China, Soviet Union, Brazil, you name it. Everyone had swarmed this town. And people were getting sick of it. They were getting really sick of it. Like, who the fuck, like, a lot of people are like, who the fuck cares? This guy fucking terrorized our asses. Fuck him.
So, question though.
Yeah.
The burial was in 1984?
No, the burial was a week after he was shot.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's 1984.
No, in 1984, she filed the $5 million wrongful death suit.
Got it. Okay. So he was killed in 81, and 3 years later she
filed the lawsuit because there was no names coming up. There was nothing. And there was a documentary that came out a couple of years ago called "No One Saw the Thing." And
I was looking at that.
One of the residents who was still alive today had said they should have killed Trina too because she became a fucking nuisance. It was like no one gave a damn about McElroy except for his family. This guy terrorized us. He almost killed.
And who knows if he had some sort of some power over the family, maybe with threats of violence or something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Because they talked to some of Ken during the documentary. They talked to some of Ken McElroy's kids, and they tell a totally different story than what the facts are, which you understandable. They're going to stand up for their father.
What did they say?
They were like, he was a sweet guy. He treated us. He loved us, and when he died, it just feels like the town just took something from us. Mm-hmm. Like I'll never forget. Like one of his sons who ended up like doing a life of crime of his own, and getting arrested, going to jail for a few years, and kind of reformed himself a little bit, and works with people who recently released from prison. And he's like, the town took something from us. I'll never forgive that town for what they took to for my family. I was like, what? Like, I can understand that you want to stand up for your father, that this is your father. I totally understand that you loved your father, but the facts of this thing is that your father terrorized these people in this town, and no one would have done anything about it. If your father had been arrested and sent to prison, your father would have been alive. I don't think maybe today or back when the documentary was made, but he would have been around to talk to you, to tell you that this was wrong. He terrorized this town, and no one did anything about it. He pushed this town to the point where they had to take the law into their own hands. He shot a guy, a 70-year-old man, in the face because one of your siblings was stealing from them. And he told them, try to say, hey, don't take my shit, but also teaching you a lesson. You can't take people's things without permission or paying for them. And your father comes in going, I'm going to shoot your ass in the face. Your father didn't teach you anything. That's why you landed in prison.
Right. As an adult, you should see that.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe as a kid, you feel like the town did you wrong. Mm-hmm. But as an adult, you should understand the justification for...
Your father damn near killed people. He stole from people. He molested your mother, raped your mother. I'm not sure which kid, I think this kid is Alice's kid. But he probably raped her too, because she was underage when he met her too. Raped your mother, did unspeakable things to people in this town. Mm-hmm. And this was a consequence.
And apparently fathered 15 other children.
9 out of